So how many people are actually getting paid that are over the age of 100? Let's take a look. Let's see what Elon actually found.
Into it, Elon Musk posted this graphic on X showing how many people in what age group there are accepting these Social Security checks. It's just pretty incredible that you see ages 110 to 119, 3.6 million. If you're 120 to 129, 3.5 million. I mean, last time I checked, Les, there was no one in America that's 140 years old.
So if you're like me and a concerned and kind of ticked off American right now, you want to know who the heck is accepting these payments? Who's receiving these actual payments? These are millions and millions of people who are potentially getting this. This is fraud and abuse first and foremost, but who's accepting these payments? That's what I want to know. We need to do a paper trail. Who's cashing these checks? What accounts are these checks hitting? And let's arrest those people for that fraudulent behavior, because somebody's partaking. I don't know if people are actually stealing these people's Social Security numbers who have passed away and they're just receiving their benefits, but it's fraud and abuse. Keep listening.
But if there is someone 140 years old, Maria, they sure deserve Social Security payments, and I'm all for it. Look, there are two astonishing things here. Number one, that this sloppiness and the fraud and waste has gone on for so long. Obviously, this is not something that happened overnight. It is incredible to me that people working in our government have had such laziness, such inertia, that they have never even bothered to look at these numbers that apparently are pretty easy to find. Number two, what's really incredible is that anyone is objecting to this, because, as Caroline Levitt pointed out, this isn't just about hauling in all those illegal and fraudulent and wasteful payments. It is about making sure that if you're 60 years old, you're going to get Social Security payments from a healthy institution for the next many years. So how can anyone object to this? I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would want to reject to that, but there are some Dems who are out there who are, trying to pay Elon Musk and his DOGE team, which is a Department of Government Efficiency. It's they're government employees. They have government rights to go in and do the things that they're supposed to do. They're doing their job, as the current administration is asking them to do, to go in there and look and investigate the fraudulent abuse and misuse of taxpayers' money. So yes, they're government employees. And somehow they're trying to make them, it's just Elon Musk going in there and looking and snooping around. No, he's finding all this stuff. First of all, let's think about this. Elon Musk is a billionaire, probably close to being a trillionaire. Do you think he's going to have anything to do with your Social Security number? Like he's going to make any more money off of your Social Security money and selling out information off? First and foremost, your information is probably already out there anyway. I mean, how many scam calls do you get a week? I mean, I get tons anyway. That's besides the point, but I would rather have somebody go in there and straighten out this fraudulent behavior that's going on in our government system that needs to be dealt with. That, like she said, this stuff has been turned a blind eye to for so long. This is an outrage. I mean, I was always concerned with, I know I'm not going to get Social Security because it's being abused or misused somehow. But now we have evidence of this being misused. And there are people out there, Dems, that are out there trying to portray that this group is some type of bad character, just snooping around, doing wrong things. And who is that? Here you go.
We must, however, acknowledge the takeover of the federal payment system by an unelected billionaire donor that took place last week. Despite resistance from senior officials, co-President Musk seized access to Treasury payment systems, including the sensitive personal data of virtually every American. I've heard from hundreds of people who are worried about Elon Musk having access to their sensitive data, including the impact on Social Security payments, Medicare benefits. What are the implications of this illegal takeover for the American people?
Well, Maxine Waters, the implications, or should I say benefits, of getting this thing straightened out is that the people who are not yet 60, 65, when they get of age, they'll be able to have their benefits and not go to some person who's collecting a check that they shouldn't be collecting. I mean, they're also fighting things for Medicaid, Medicare, that are just being fraudulently used, and people are stealing Social Security identification numbers already and being used to give to illegal aliens.
DOGE now setting their sights on Social Security, the Social Security Administration, the SSA, raising questions over mismanagement and signs of potential fraud. Fox Business, Hillary Vaughn's on that story today. What you find out, Hillary? Hello to you.
Good morning, Bill. Well, Social Security has a dead people problem, and DOGE is trying to fix it. An inspector general in 2023 found that the Social Security Administration did not have a death date for 18.9 million people born before 1920. The Social Security Administration says almost none of these 18 million dead people still alive in the database are getting benefits. But the inspector general says that because Social Security has not identified them as dead, other agencies who rely on their death master file could be making erroneous payments to these people. One agency that relies on Social Security death data is the Treasury. Improper payments across agencies is a huge problem. The Government Accountability Office says in 2023, there were more than $236 billion in improper payments made to people, including people that are dead. Democrats, though, are not cheering the changes. Instead, they fear that fraud hunters at DOGE might leak your personal information.
There were thousands of people, and seniors came up to me and just said point blank, Ron, what in hell is going on back there with Social Security? If you have one of these 22-year-olds mishandle somebody's Social Security information, it gets out, that's going to be the mother of all identity thefts.
Senator Ron Wyden, that's going to be the mother of all Social Security identity thefts? What's been going on right now? Come on, man. Are you serious? And then you also have Maxine Waters talking about all these other things that DOGE has been shutting down, and crying out diversity. All these DEI hires, they don't know what they're going to do.
People. And while we have been confronted with chaos in the past few days, and we're trying to figure out what's going to happen to those employees, those federal government employees have been told that they're going to be furloughed. They don't know what's going to happen to them. I was absolutely shocked when the President of the United States said to all of the departments that supposedly have people that are working in diversity, equity, and inclusion out by 5 o'clock. It sounded to me like some of those times that we witnessed in the past with communities that told people to be out by sundown.
Seriously. I mean, those people didn't earn it. That's what DEI stands for, didn't earn it. They didn't earn those roles. They were given those roles because diversity, equity, equality, and inclusion. These guys didn't earn these positions. They were just given those positions, and we don't need to be wasting our money like this for the sake of. I mean, if you want a job, you have to have the qualifications first and foremost to have them. You can't just get in there because based off your skin color, or your sexual persuasion, or whatever you want to have it, or you having a non-binary, whatever it is. That stuff is nonsense. We need to make America sane again, first and foremost. And if you have the qualifications to have a job, then yeah, you need to earn it, and not just. I'm of the certain melanin and I should have this job, or I have this certain gender that I need to have this job, or I represent the alphabet community and I need to have this job. No. And that you can't just make positions for that either. And so if it's waste and abuse and fraud, and our government system needs to be lean anyway, it needs to be lean. And we need to get our finances straight. We're trillions of dollars in debt. Trillions of dollars in debt as an American nation. We should be making money. We have way too many resources, but the things that we are being taxed with and it's being fraudulently abused, it needs to be straightened out. You put in the comments below, what do you think? Should we get our country back on track? Should we be able to have a positive income flowing into our country? I mean, if you look at Saudi Arabia, those guys are making billions of dollars on fuel and barrels of oil that they're selling. They're not in debt. We shouldn't be in debt. Who are we in debt to? Ourselves. Which is crazy to think we're in debt to China, probably. But who are we in debt to? Look at the fraudulent abuse. We're just, and then the previous administration was just throwing out money to all kind of stuff. And DOGE has uncovered that too. So you put in the comments below, are you liking what DOGE is doing? Do you mind that their government employees are actually doing a job that the American people wanted? Remember, Trump campaigned about this. His whole campaign was about this. Government efficiency. We need to look at behind the veil. We need to see what's going on behind there, and we need to see what's going on with government spending, and if there's ways to cut some of this spending. And lo and behold, look what they found, billions of dollars. The Social Security fraudulent abuse alone is once we get this thing straight, it's going to save billions of dollars. People over 200 years old are getting benefits for Social Security. Really? Over 100 years old, millions of people, 18 million people getting benefits. Who are receiving these benefits? I mean, if it was like 10 or 20 people, fine, but we're talking about millions of people. That's billions of dollars. I bet you we're not even near as in debt. If we get this thing straightened out, I bet you we're probably not even trillions. We're probably like millions of debt we can get straightened out real quick. So I say let DOGE continue to do their job, get out of the way, Maxine Waters and any other Dems that are resisting this snooping around into the government systems, and let them do their job. Get out of the way, and so that we can have a country that's not in trillions of dollars of debt.
Why does Elon Musk want to get rid of all of this? Because he's a thief. He's a gangster. He brings his billionaire friends along with him because they think that they can take over this country. And Trump has said, you give me enough money, you can have it. And that's what he has done.
Wow, that was disingenuous. Do you think Trump, another billionaire, told another billionaire, said, if you give me enough money, I'll give you this country? No. Let's look at the heart of the matter first and foremost. What are they doing? Let's just look at this at face value. What is Trump and Elon doing? Do you think that they're trying to take over the country? No. They're for the people. They're looking at fraud and abuse. Who's the one that was taking over the country and now is being uncovered? You tell me. Who on what end has been taking advantage of us? This fraud and abuse that's just now being uncovered, that's been happening for decades and decades and decades and decades and decades of people collecting Social Security benefits. Now, do you see that as fraud and abuse? Do you feel like that has been taken advantage? People have been taken advantage of, or do you think now this administration, who has now uncovered all this stuff, is trying to take advantage of you? Let's just do critical thinking on that, and you tell me. Who's trying to take over? Who has tried to take over our country with fraud and abuse?
He has turned over our country to Elon Musk. We didn't elect him. We didn't select him. We didn't ask for him, and we don't want him.
Well, I think, Cheryl, the Democrats are objecting to it because they're embarrassed. They've been supposedly stewards of our economy and stewards of our government for how many years, depending on who you're talking about, and this has been happening on their watch.
So, put in the comments below what you think. Also, there's something that's potentially brewing here, and I want to know what you guys think about this. Because all this spending and fraud and abuse that DOGE is finding, Elon's actually suggested this to Trump. And you tell me that if this suggestion doesn't tell that these people are for the American people, that DOGE, Trump, Elon, that these guys aren't for the American people, and if they weren't, they wouldn't be doing this.
Bill, there's also a chance that taxpayers could see some of these savings. Elon Musk says he wants to talk to President Trump about a potential DOGE dividend, which would give taxpayers a check from some of the savings that DOGE has found. Bill?
Well, that'd be a story. we'd put that paycheck on the air.